What's going on, guys? My name is Rising and welcome back to another gun guide for Call of Duty Mobile. In this series, we'll be focusing on in-depth breakdowns, tips, builds, and class setups for every single weapon in Call of Duty Mobile's multiplayer. And today, we'll be covering the brand new weapon which came to the game in Season 8, which is the RAM-7 assault rifle. Although I already made an initial impressions video on the RAM-7, this will be a more refined and polished one. The base stats haven't changed in this update at all, and thus it makes my job a little easier. So starting off as always, the RAM-7 is based on the real-life Tavor X95 assault rifle manufactured by the Israel Weapon Industries. It is a 4 to 7 shot kill weapon, dealing 25 damage up close, dropping all the way down to 15. There are 5 different damage phases, which is quite unusual for an assault rifle in this game. The RAM-7 does have some interesting body multipliers with 1.3 times to the head, 1.2 times to the entire torso, and 1.1 times to the lower arms. But since the base damage is quite low, headshots aren't really impactful for this weapon up close, since you can never reduce it to a 3-shot kill anywhere on the body, at least for the base weapon. However, torso shots do help in the 2nd and 3rd damage range, and can reduce to a 4-shot kill. Lower arm shots are also useless on this weapon, but you can mix lower arm shots with the torso, which may reduce the shots to kill in the first few damage ranges.
The rate of fire is high for an assault rifle at 870 rounds per minute. This means your time to kill up close will be 210 milliseconds, dropping all the way down to 420 milliseconds at longer ranges. And since you can never reduce it to a 3-shot kill, you're stuck with a 210 millisecond time to kill, which is not bad by any means at all, but just for the sake of pointing it out. Let's look at the range profile now, and as we see, our 4-shot range is very small up to 9 meters, although our 5-shot range is great up to 27 meters, which can be further extended up to 32 meters with at least 3 torso shots mixed in with body shots. And comparing it with other meta weapons, the RAM-7 does seem to have a respectable time to kill over range profile.
As for its accuracy stats, the RAM-7 has slightly worse than average ADS bullet spread, but it should be fine for close to mid-range encounters. The hipfire spread is also below average, but it is workable at point blank. The hip flinch and bullet impact values are more or less average for an assault rifle. And for the recoil, as we can see, the gun kicks literally upwards for the first 9 shots and then leans towards the left. This recoil pattern is fairly easy to control with minimal kick between shots. This makes mid-range gunfights much more reasonable to encounter. Coming to its handling stats, the aim-down sight time is very fast for an assault rifle at just 212 milliseconds, more in the lines of a submachine gun. This is the 2nd fastest aim-down sight time in its category, right after the BP-50. The sprint-to-fire time is also fast for an assault rifle at 145 milliseconds. The mobility stats are more or less average for an assault rifle, with the movement speed being slightly worse. The magazine capacity is standard for an assault rifle at 30 rounds with 120 in reserve. It reloads in 1.2 seconds with an empty reload time of 1.68 seconds. And that's all for the base stats of the weapon. This weapon does not feature any unique attachment, and so let us now see how to build the RAM-7 efficiently. And since there is not too many variety attachment options, we'll focus only on a single build now. The monolithic suppressor for this weapon has more cons than the pros that it offers, so we go with the tactical suppressor instead. We have the Forged Tac Eclipse Barrel for improved range and bullet speed, F-Tac Balanced Stock for improved recoil control, Granulated Grip Tape for improved accuracy, and finally the 50-round reload so that we can take multiple enemies out at once. With this build, as you can see, there's not really too many downsides for this gun, and we have greatly boosted all of our damage ranges by 30%. This means our 4-shot range is now up to 11.7 meters, but most notably, our 5-shot range is boosted up to 35.1 meters, which is a nice improvement. As you can see, now it does have a somewhat competitive time to kill in the close to mid ranges, and you'll be pretty fine using this against other top-tier options. And as mentioned earlier, we do not have a lot of downsides with this build. We have also greatly improved both our bullet spread accuracy and recoil control, which will make those gunfights much easier to encounter. As for an example class setup, for respawns, we have the FHJ-18 for taking down streaks. We have the perk Greed Red as our wild card, allowing us to carry 2 red perks, which we have Dauntless and Flak Jacket in this case. And for the other 2 perks, we have Quick Fix and Hardline. You may swap out Hardline for firepower support if you want. For the lethal equipment, we have a Molotov cocktail, and for the tactical, we have a trophy system. Operator skills and score streaks can be chosen as preference. For search and destroy, I prefer a melee for rushing, although you may use a pistol if you want. The perks remain the same apart from using dead silence in the blue perk slot. We have a frag grenade as the lethal equipment, and the smoke grenade as the tactical for blocking enemy lines of sight.
And with that, that is going to wrap it up on the gun guide for the new RAM-7 assault rifle. As for my thoughts on this weapon, I really like this weapon. It's a very fun one to use, and I'm very happy that the developers didn't make it over-tuned. In the current state, it is perfectly fine, and in my opinion, it should remain like this unless they want to tweak few changes in the near future. Also, it's worth mentioning that this gun features the new movement mechanic, which will be added to all guns in the game soon. The movement feels very smooth, and unlike other weapons, you can reload this gun while you move in prone position. And of course, you have other things like auto lean, side sliding, equip animation, etc. Overall, it is an upper tier weapon, and you must give it a shot as soon as possible.
And of course, those were just my thoughts on the RAM-7. I'd love to hear from you guys. What do you think of this weapon? Have you unlocked it yet? And if so, where do you rank this gun in the current meta? Just let your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'll be covering the buffed weapons of this season from the next video, so if you have anything in mind, let me know which one you want me to cover next. Make sure to subscribe and leave a like on this video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.